दोस्तों आज के समय में सिचुएशन बहुत ही ज्यादा ग्रिम है and that is the reason I decided to host this it's not a show, rather I want to share my apprehensions and my concerns, something that is plaguing everyone who is a non-citizens. Actually, it's not even non-citizens, it's even citizens, immigrants. They are in a stark and a very difficult, sometimes some people would say dark situation. The situation is dark because you would not know you planted yourself in this great country, United States of America, and you feel you could be uprooted anytime. You could be arrested and you could be put in proceedings, deportation proceedings, removal proceedings. They don't use deportations anymore. They call it removal proceedings. And worst of all is expedited removal that you don't even see a judge. So you will have to be very concerned. You'll have to be very careful, but you don't have to be really, really careful to that extent that it starts bothering you, bogs you down. Remember something. If you are a green card holder, you must carry your ID with you. You must carry your green card with you. You are an asylee, you must carry your paperwork with you. You are a tourist, carry your passport. You must always carry an ID. A lot of people who are United States immigrants here, they think by carrying an ID will be enough. If you're not a citizen, you're expected to carry your green card with you. So having said so, my friend, now there are certain rights. They call it, President Obama would say in his, he had said it earlier, inalienable rights. So you are a person with inalienable rights. But unfortunately, if you're not a citizen of the country, a lot of rights doesn't seem to sink well. The things are still in a flux. The situation, as I said, is grim. Connection with the law could be tenuous at times. And that takes a toll of any person who's reasonably grounded, reasonably present, and thinks he is a would-be, wannabe U.S. citizen. So it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop as long as you're not a U.S. citizen. So if you're a green card holder for more than 5 years, if you're married to a U.S. citizen and you have had green card for 3 years, you're eligible to apply for United States citizenship. You should apply. They'll give you certain rights. I understand. As an Indian, you have deep attachment with Bharatas, with India, and you don't want to give it up. That's an emotional thing. It's an emotional tie. I do get it. But the priority, it's your personal call. You want to be U.S. citizen or not. It's your call. There are some state benefits, of course. I mean, if you're not a U.S. citizen, you die. What happens to your property? Well, around 50% of the property would be taken over by the United States government, and the rest is left for inheritance. So you don't want to be in a difficult spot, which is such a precarious predicament. And also, if you're not filed your tax returns, you're a green card holder, you could be kicked out anytime. Not filing your tax returns, it's a ground for revocation of your green card. That's a different chapter. I'll discuss it. I will discuss this some other day, but you will have to be mindful, really mindful of how you conduct yourself. And drunk driving, of course, you might have problems. You would be for minor offenses if you're not a U.S. citizen. You could be put in removal proceedings. The line between serious, grave felony and misdemeanor is kind of a little blurred here. The Immigration Code, Immigration Title 8 of the United States Code sees offenses in a different manner. They have a different color through which they evaluate the conduct of a person. So you'll have to be really careful. So in order to, be a little bit comfortable, be a United States citizen. And so we just wanted to talk about those people who are not U.S. citizens and what happens to them. You know, you're brushing your encounter with the lawful, enforcement. It's all lawful enforcement. I mean, you don't have much remedies, even if there's a slight deviant behavior on the part of the law enforcement agencies. So, as I stated earlier, you need to carry your ID. Second, you're entitled to know what you're being arrested for. Third thing, you can definitely remain silent. You have a right to be silent. I think I would advise that you remain silent. You don't want to, anything you say could be used against you in the removal proceeding. There's something in open field doctrine, and there's a, what do you call it? Factory survey. I mean, open field doctrine is where the immigration agents could just walk in, could see, you know, stuff, could see, well, this is a place, this farmhouse is an open, notorious farmhouse in the sense it harbors, it keeps illegal aliens, it gives them job, and they are, they're keeping this, illegal aliens to work in the field. I mean, they're unlawfully present in United States. So for giving them sanctuary, you could be liable, and for working as an unlawful person, you could be detained. So there are certain rights and certain obligations on your part. Also, the immigration authorities, of course, they have a right to apprehend anyone to determine whether the person is lawfully here or not. That comes from, Section 1225. And the other part is when you enter the country under Section 1101 of Title 8, the agents could detain you for criminal offenses or to find if you are removable or not, or if you could be here or not. So you see, these you'll have to be careful of how you conduct yourself, what you carry with yourself. Also, when you get arrested, do not lie, for God's sake. Don't panic. Don't say you're a United States citizen when in fact you are a green card holder. So these kind of behavior could really make your situation more murky, more dangerous in the sense they could use anything that you say against you. So be honest. You have a right to be quiet. You have a right to know what you're arrested for. And of course, you shall be produced before a magistrate. But let me tell you, expedited removal is serious. I mean, you could straight away be removed out of the country. And the reasons given is you are unlawful, you should not be here. And especially those people who suffered past, they have a prior criminal history. If there's a conviction, so that makes you removable. So they're the worst ones. People with criminal records. Doesn't matter what kind of crime you committed. Any offense, immoral turpitude, immoral could be a misdemeanor, you're done. Or a felony with at least 1 year for imprisonment, you're done. It'll be a toast. So, my friends, you need to be concerned. If you are a green card holder, I repeat, be a citizen so that your position as a resident of this country is fortified. Once you become a citizen, you could stay out of the country as long as you want. You could stay out as long as you want, forever. Okay, thank you. दोस्तों अभी मैं आपसे लोगों से बात कर रहा था इमिग्रेशन एनफोर्समेंट के बारे में एनफोर्समेंट इमिग्रेशन लॉज एनफोर्समेंट आइस की रेड्स के बारे में मैं बात कर रहा था अगर आपका कोई फैमिली मेंबर है जो अरेस्ट हुआ है you immediately need to get in touch with a lawyer And also you can track इमिग्रेशन की जो आइस की जो वेबसाइट है उस पर जो डिटेंशन है उसके बाद ट्रैकिंग कर सकते हैं कि आपका बंदा कहाँ प्रेजेंट है। एलियन नंबर आपके पास होगा या नाम और डेट ऑफ बर्थ से पता लग जाएगा। यू कैन आल्सो कॉल द इमिग्रेशन एजेंसीज। सो ऐसा नहीं है कि आपको पता नहीं मिलेगा, लेकिन द प्रॉब्लम इज certain people who had been deported in the past, जो डिपोर्टेशन के बाद वापस कंट्री में आ गए, they're deemed to be criminal trespassers. Remember, criminal trespassing, that is an offense. It's a criminal offense. So if you've been deported, if you come back to the country unlawfully, anyone who has not been examined enters the country is unlawfully present here. So अगर बात पहले अगर डिपोर्ट हो चुके हैं फिर वापस आते हैं, you are in a problem. You will not see a judge. You will be subjected to expedited removal. कुछ दिन पहले मेरे पास एक फोन आया था। एक नहीं कई फोन आते रहते हैं इमिग्रेंट्स की फैमिली के, एंड उन्होंने बताया कि वो तो जज से उसका तो कोई असylum की सुनवात नहीं हुई। आई मीन एज आई स्टेटेड दोस्तों, अगर शुरुआत होती है, अगर उसको जो ऑफिसर को ये पता लगता है कि यू आर अनलॉफुली है और आपका कोई asylum का क्लेम बनता नहीं है, एंड प्रिपॉन्डरेंस ऑफ एविडेंस होता है एक्सटेंडेड कि क्या वाकई में ही जो इंफॉर्मेशन आपने दी है उसके अनुसार आप इस कंट्री में एलिजिबल हैं रिलीफ के लिए, तब तो बात अलग है। अगर आप एलिजिबल नहीं हैं, उसको ये लगता है यू कुड बी पुट इनटू एक्सपेडिटेड रिमूवल, उसके अंदर 3-4 महीने के आपका पास वक्त है। 3-4 महीने यू आर नॉट एंटाइटल्ड टू बी फ्री। ये जब तक उनको पता नहीं लग जाता कि आप कौन है, कहां से क्या है। सो द गवर्नमेंट, जैसे मैंने आपको बताया था, सेक्शन 1101 of Title 8 gives power to the Attorney General of the United States to keep you confined, to figure out कि कहानी क्या है आपकी कहानी जानने के लिए वो आपको रख सकते हैं। और वो बहुत ही मतलब कि इट्स अ डिफिकल्ट प्रोसेस, मैं समझता हूँ। दूसरा, वहां भी भारत के अंदर भी ये बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है कि वहां की जो अथॉरिटीज हैं, दे नॉट क्रैकिंग डाउन ऑन दीज रास्कल्स जो ये ह्यूमन स्मगलिंग करते हैं, ट्रैफिकिंग ऑफ मैनकाइंड। इट्स अ सीरियस क्राइम, हेनस क्राइम। कई बार लोग अपनी जमीन जायदाद को वहां पर गिरवी रख देते हैं, 50 लाख, 60 लाख, 70 लाख, 80 लाख। What is that donkey rights? There's some kind of movie also. और उसके बाद वो you never know, border पार करते you could be killed, आप मर भी सकते हैं। So I think I would really espouse, I would really pray that let sanity prevail, my friend, and do not, for God's sake, put yourself into this so-called misadventure. You never know what's going to happen. So I think with the kind of money that a lot of people pay to get into the United States is not, I think that money could be used locally, domestically used for your rehabilitation or to start a business. You don't need to throw good money after that. It is a real serious crime. I mean, gone are those days, पहले आ जाते थे लोग, चल के स्टैंप लग गई, हो गया जी, स्टेटस मिल गया जी, पत्ता मिल गया जी, हो गया जी। ये कबूतर हर बार नहीं उड़ते, कई कबूतर उड़ने से पहले ही they shot down. So you need to be very mindful. There is not only you that is trying to play this misadventure, crossing the borders unlawfully. There's a whole family. You are a companion. आप एक वो हैं, पूरी फैमिली की छवि हैं। अगर आप अपने आप को इस तरीके से endangered करते हैं, how bad it is. Once you are here in the country, I know you really want to get a status. You tried hard. You tried hard. I think it's time to go back. If there is if you really find that you can't become part of the United States, or India is also a great country, Republic of India, and there's a lot to be done there. It's an upcoming economy, and so it's as I stated earlier. I mean, it's your personal call. A lawyer is not going to advise you भाई क्या करना है आपको अपनी जिंदगी के साथ. Think big. Think in the long run what will happen, not these short-term gains. Things are going to get way more difficult. It's not going to be easy. I would really advise you to pay attention. It's better to lose by inches and gain by miles. The other way is to gain by inches and lose by miles, and you would not want that. As I stated, you're jeopardizing not only yourself, you're jeopardizing your family members too. They've done a lot for you, and they've not done it to see that you sink. So why don't you just be back home with the family members, and so that you could be creative, or I don't know. कई बार मुझे लगता है कि क्या creative, बहुत ज्यादा नेगेटिविटी आती है कि what will I do, what will happen, क्या होगा. Don't need to get mesmerized. All right, so चलो दोस्तों, with those words, I think we should wrap it up. All right, we're just done for the day today. Thank you.